Who's the attorney for Angelo Rosado?
Judge, that's compliant.
All right, Mr. Rosado,
Yes, ma'am.
the problem is you keep testing positive for drugs.
Yes, yeah.
Did you want to say something?
Yes, Judge, I just wanted to give you a quick overview real quick. He has been on probation since May of 2024. He was granted 2 years deferred adjudication. He has completed the intensive outpatient treatment. He did test positive for cocaine on March the 28th of this year. Previous UAs were negative, just that one positive UA. After speaking with, they did a updated TAP because of the positive, and he's already completed intensive outpatient. The revised TAP per standard is for him to do static. After speaking with Mr. Rosado, it appears that there were some conditions that were supposedly implemented when he was first given probation that we do not believe were implemented, to include the urinalysis hotline and sober support meetings. So I did speak with him in regards to everything. He does have some information he wants to explain to you. He is not opposed to doing intensive outpatient treatment again. I do propose that he does the sober support meetings 120 and 120 days and be placed on the urinalysis hotline for 90 days.
All right, so here's the $1,000,000 question. If you're drug tested today, are you going to be clean?
Yeah.
All right, let's do a drug test. Then I'll figure out what I'm going to do.
Okay, Judge.
And if you'll send him to felony drug court to do the US.
Okay, Judge.
All right, thank you.
That's right. Thanks.
All right, court is calling 2025 CR 00123. I'm sorry, 1273W. I'll repeat that. 2025 CR 00123W, State versus Ali. Joanna Kelly, could I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Roberto Weiser, the defendant, ready to proceed, Your Honor.
And are you Miss Kelly? Are you the same Ali Kelly who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2025 CR 00123W for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, on February 5th, 2025 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes.
All right, state.
Violation of condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Ali Joanna Kelly, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of March, April 2025 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
It's true.
Okay. All right, did you understand by pleading true to that, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, we are asking you to deny the state's motion to continue the defendant on her community supervision, but to alter and amend her conditions to include an updated top evaluation, mental health evaluation, the ISP program, and then weekly reporting until ISP.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you're gonna have to keep your voice up. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Kelly.
All right. So why did you not report?
I've been homeless and I'm not from the San Antonio area and I'm requesting for assistance with bus fare.
All right, where are you from originally?
Beaumont, Texas.
I'm sorry.
Beaumont, Texas.
So what brought you here?
Moved here. I worked here. I lived here for a while, but I fell on hard times.
And when you say you worked here, what were you doing here?
I worked at Jury closet can do it also.
Doing what?
Jury closet housekeeping can do it also as Verizon telemarketers.
All right, so did you come here for work? I mean, what's the reason why you came to San Antonio? Why not
I came here to
somewhere else?
They were, within this last year, so following hard times.
No, I mean, did you come here by yourself?
Yes. Yes,
All right, so you just came because there was a
Actually-
job here?
change. I just need
All right, do you have children?
one,
Age?
20,
And how old are you?
38.
And so is all of your family in Beaumont?
Yes.
All right, so how often have you been using before you were arrested?
Really don't, I've been trying to get back into workforce.
No, you're not listening to my question. You're on deferred adjudication for possession of drugs.
Yeah, and since then, I've been doing everything that I possibly.
So
could to get back
before,
into work.
I'm talking about before, how often had you been using?
Oh, before?
Mhm.
Recreational.
Okay, here's the thing. I was not with you. So I don't know how often you were using. So that's what I'm trying to, I was not with you.
I'm not really sure. I wouldn't say that it was an everyday thing.
And what were you using?
Smoking weed,
And what else?
I guess you would call it methamphetamine.
No, I mean, I wouldn't call it anything. I wasn't with you. That's what I'm telling you. Here's the thing. You're on deferred adjudication. I could send you to the state jail facility for 2 years. So what I need you to do for me is answer the questions that I'm asking and be honest. Because it appears that the state and the defense want to continue on probation. When you're on probation, this is a contract with the court. I do not have to follow any of their recommendations. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on with you. And if you're going to be dishonest with me, that means that there's nothing I can do to help you. And maybe 2 years is what you need to open your eyes. I was not with you when you were using drugs. I don't know what your idea or your definition of recreational use is. So now that we've said that out the way, I'm gonna pretend like I'm just now meeting you and I've just sworn you in. So how often were you using?
During the week, like once a week. But
And what were you using?
weed, marijuana, and methamphetamine.
And when did you first start using meth?
2021.
And is all of your family in Beaumont or here?
All
right. All right, I'm gonna give you a choice. I can continue you, but if I continue you, you're gonna have certain conditions. You're gonna remain in custody until a TAP evaluation is completed. You're gonna follow all of those recommendations of TAP. And I'm gonna give you some more conditions that I see that the previous judge did not give you. So, or I can revoke you and I will sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility. What do you prefer?
Rather do first option.
All right, and probation, is that your recommendation?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court will deny the motion. Alter and amend conditions. And I'm sorry, they're wanting a mental health evaluation. Have you ever had any mental health issues? Have you ever been on medication for mental health?
No.
All right, the court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions. There's going to be a TAP evaluation in custody. That's to see what drug issues you have. It's basically a resume for your drug use. Yes.
Judge, in speaking with Ms. Kelly briefly, she did say that she was getting some medication for anxiety to help her sleep, and she's dealing with a bit of depression. I would like to get that mental health evaluation.
All right, there's to be a mental health evaluation in custody. There's going to be 120 sober meetings and 120 days upon release.
So
How far did you go in school?
I graduated with honors, cum laude.
All right, is this college?
No, that was high school, and I did cosmetology.
All right, there's going to be 200 hours community service restitution. Those hours will be waived if you obtain some sort of trade school certificate or complete some higher level of education.
Massage therapy. That's my next venture.
Sorry, what?
Massage therapy.
Okay. And there's to be weekly reporting upon release. And proof of employment within 45 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And do a referral to felony drug court. And that will be in custody. Is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful?
Transportation assistance with bus fare.
All right, if you will talk to them, I know there are different organizations in the city that will give you a free bus token, but it's not forever. All right,
Yes.
anything else that you need help with?
Some housing assistance.
All right, you'll need to talk to probation about that, but you need to be honest with felony drug court. If you're honest with felony drug court, they'll accept you into their program and they can help with certain needs you may have. All right, probation, is there anything else? All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. But one thing you should not do in this court is disappear. You understand? There is not a problem with picking up the phone and calling somebody to tell them what your issues are. You understand? All right,
Is
good
there
luck to
a person in particular that I would have direct contact?
they'll let you know it's your probation officer. All right, good luck to you.
Judge, may I be excused?
Yes. All right, we're on the record in 2024 CR 011184, State versus Luis Briceno. Can I have parties announce?
Megan Gao for the state.
Roberto and Briceno for the defense.
And are you Mr. Briceno?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea on April 17th. According to the plea bargaining agreement, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution to the complainant. The court requested that a MIC evaluation be completed. Have both parties had a chance to review the evaluation that has been completed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your
All right, any witnesses, state or defense?
Honor.
Just argument, Your Honor.
All right, the court will hear argument.
Judge, I just want to ask the court to follow the plea bargain. Essentially, Mr. Briceno was in a very bad place, mental health wise, and struggling with addiction to some extent. In December of 2024, he entered New Choices Treatment Center, where he did a 60-day inpatient program and has been doing outpatient since then. He's in the aftercare program where he's working. He's still there as we speak. He's basically been in some type of treatment since December. He's doing really well. I think there was mention in the mental health evaluation about getting him on the proper medication, which he is now on. He reports that it's really helped him and he's doing well. I'd like to ask the court to follow the plea bargain. If the court is inclined, I know the TAP evaluation recommended that he do outpatient treatment. It's essentially what he's doing. I don't know if the court wants him to do anything additionally, but maybe just to order him to continue what he's doing might be the most useful thing on top of AA and NA classes. But for all those reasons, I'd ask that you follow the plea bargain.
All right, probation. With regards to New Choices, if probation is able to evaluate whether New Choices is equivalent to outpatient treatment with probation, if you deem it equivalent, then the court will accept his treatment with New Choices. And you'll need to sign a release. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
How far did you go to school?
I got my high school diploma.
All right, so what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
I'm planning on, once I'm out of sober living and I have enough money, I'm planning on finding my own place to live and then going back to college and completing college.
When I met Mr. Briceno, I believe he was enrolled in is it Northwest Vista? San Antonio
no,
College.
no,
And do you have any children?
no, Your Honor.
All right, that's a good thing. Because you need to make sure that you are in a good place before you bring other people into the world, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Okay, sorry.
Right.
There's a $2,500 fine that will be probated. Affirmative finding of deadly weapon, 8 years deferred adjudication. If you complete everything successfully and you're doing well, I'll consider early termination.
Would the court also consider deferring the deadly weapon finding? There's no history. Been pretty proactive since the incident.
He's to continue with treatment with new choices and continue with sober living. You're to sign a release with probation so they can keep an update on how you're doing with new choices. There's to be restitution, if any, and no contact with the complainant. We'll set that for a restitution hearing. State. On this case, is there a specific date you want set to determine if there's any restitution? All right, so we'll put it for, I'll put it for July 3rd. Is that, not July 3rd, I'm sorry, July 10th. Is that good for you, counsel?
So I'm actually out the 10th or the 16th.
Okay.
Could do the 9th.
I could do the 8th or the 7th.
The 8th is.
All right, Norma, this is going to come back on a restitution hearing on July 8th. And I don't want to interfere with your client's sobriety or being at the sober house, so he can appear by Zoom for that restitution hearing. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's going to be 250 hours of community service restitution. Those hours will be waived if you obtain some higher level of education or a trade school certificate. There'll be 90 sober meetings in 90 days and continued mental health treatment and field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. In this court, to be successful, communication is key.
Yes.
If you have an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though your medication is not right, let probation know. If you feel like you're going to use, if you feel like the walls are closing in on you, let probation know. If they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
Thank
good
you.
luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's here? Jalissa Saranil?
Thank you, Judge. Morning.
Good morning.
Thought about it the other day. On Netflix, they have that, it's a documentary on the guy that would hid that treasure. Everybody's looking, I remember you always told me about that
Yeah.
long time ago.
Okay, have you seen that? Isn't that,
Crazy.
it was crazy.
It was cool though. I mean,
We were watching it and we were like, what? And then there were parts where I'm like, oh, I don't need to see that.
right?
All right, let me see.
Judge, on this one, this is our first setting, right? And so I think we'll follow a speedy trial motion. Should be dispositive, hopefully in about 30 days or so, if we can get a hearing for that. It should take 30 minutes.
Well, have you all, do you have all discovery?
I believe I do, Judge, yeah.
Oh,
This is a 3-year-old case.
a 3-year-old case?
Yeah.
That'll count against us, even though it wasn't in our court and this is your first setting.
Right.
So. All right, so what I'm gonna do then, if you want to put it on the trial docket for June 16th, we can.
Hey, let me make sure I'm gonna be here, Judge, and then. Sure, I'll be here June 16th.
All right, jury trial, June 16th.
But I was gonna see if I could get my motion for speedy trial heard on that day.
Oh, it can be heard on that day.
Okay, that's what I'm.
Yes.
Make sure.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have an excuse?
Yes, you're welcome.
Judge, we're here for probation. Has requested that Mr. Corpus be released from his GPS monitoring. He was placed on it for an indeterminate time when he went on probation. He's been on it for almost 14 months. And probation has described him, and I'll let probation speak.
Judge, we have absolutely no concerns with Mr. Corpus. He has had no violations. He reports when he's supposed to report. No violations with his GPS monitor and or with his UAs, Judge.
All right,
And he's doing the classes as he's needed to do and everything, Judge.
all right, am I understanding he's completed the family violence course?
Judge, I don't have the court summary in front of
I'm
me.
sorry, I have it. I have that he completed lifetime recovery, batterers intervention and prevention program. All right, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Nicholas Isaiah Corpus.
All right, what did you learn from the batterers intervention and prevention program?
Just to keep your hands to yourself, you know.
That's what I tell everybody. Keep your hands to yourself, right? So how do you spend your days?
So I work Monday through Saturday for ATS Transportation Company.
Mhm.
And then on Sundays, I do side jobs, painting cars, motorcycles, boats. Pretty much just work all the time. It's kind of hard for me to keep money in my pocket.
All right, so you know that you're not allowed to have any contact with the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state, were you able to contact the complainant?
Where she does have significant safety concerns still, since the GPS monitor was placed on him. She can't confirm, but the person that she knows is the friend of this defendant viewed her profile on LinkedIn. Additionally, on April the 24th, the defendant picked up what is currently an at-large misdemeanor VPO for two attempted contacts of the victim by phone and then Facebook messaging as well. Contact with the victim.
Yes.
Judge, we obviously, I can't have my client make any statements about that allegation. I can tell you that I've had a lot of contact with Mr. Corpus. I don't believe the allegation. At the very crux of this, before we even did the plea, he didn't want anything to do with her. I don't believe for a second that he's reached out to her. And today is the first time I've had any information given to me about these charges. There's no warrant at this time.
Okay, so this is what the court is going to do. The court was really inclined to lift the GPS, but I want you to have a chance to see what they're talking about with this. What they're saying is an at-large violation of protective order. So how much time do you think you need to look in that, and state, when can you give the information to the defense?
Could probably put the court order right now.
All right, so then what we'll do,
And Your Honor, if I may, no report's been made to probation. So she knows he's on probation. She didn't ever call probation to make any complaints.
okay. All right, so here's the thing, and I want you to understand where I'm coming from. When people are on probation, I have to make sure that the public is protected, right?
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying that the violation of the protective order that they're saying is in place that you violated. I don't know. I have zero information. Right now, I have as much information as your attorney has. All I have is this is what the state has said. I'm not taking what they said as true, but before I release you from GPS, I want to get some more information about that. And you'll need to have the complainant come in on this next date that I'm giving you. And defense, if you'll let me know what date is good for you and your client works, your client can appear by Zoom. So-
Yes, Your Honor. And Judge, I think, is he on tracking only? I believe, I don't. Probation?
If he's not on tracking only, I'm going to put him on tracking only and state you'll know where he's located.
Judge, in addition to that, one of the big concerns is this is a big financial pressure on him. He also helps his mom. I have a letter here that she's written. He's not able to help her with as much as she needs because of all of his costs. And so, as you know, the GPS is very expensive. Is it possible for the court to waive those fees?
I will tell you this, I will ask that fees be waived, and you know what they're going to tell me? It's a third-party contract. I can't waive the fees, but I'll put in there to waive or defer fees. And if he's not on tracking only, I'll put him on tracking only because
I
with
think he is, but are you on tracking?
How do I know what is tracking on you?
tracking is you can go wherever you want to go, but you keep the GPS on and they'll know where you are.
Yeah, I also have a time limit from 5 a.m.
Well, on this one, you won't have a time limit, but the GPS device will be able to report where you are. So if you're anywhere near the complainant, the GPS is going to know. You understand?
I think that's what I'm on.
All right, well, just to make sure, it's going to be tracking only. And counsel, how much time do you need? The state said they'll print out this information for you. When do you want it called back?
Well, Judge, I can look over it today. I'm obviously not retained on that case yet.
Okay.
But, I can look over it today. I mean, all we're gonna have are allegations. I don't know if they have any discovery that they can also provide without me being on the case yet.
As of right now, best I can give her is a.
All right, so this is what I can do. Your client, as I said, can appear by Zoom. I can actually recall this back for May 29th. And if you all are not able to provide information to the court on May 29th, then we'll do it on a different day if defense, that's not enough time for you.
I can do it on May 29th, Judge.
All right, so we'll come back on May 29th and state if you wish for the court to continue to have him on GPS, I'll need witnesses.
Yes, Your Honor. We'll have the victim first.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 003132 State versus Fernando Alvarado. Can I have parties announced?
Andrew Harrison with the state.
Jasmine Olguin for Mr. Alvarado.
And are you Mr. Alvarado?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred? Oh, that's yours.
Oh, thank you, Judge.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration JN number 2170834 and 2170835. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. Did you understand that was a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge.
All right. So how often have you used in the past?
In the past, it was only for a few months.
All right. And then are you still with the people who are listed as complainants in this case?
No,
State, okay. And are you employed?
I have a small business.
All right, what do you do?
I have a mobile bartending business,
I'm sorry?
mobile bartending.
All right. And do you have any children?
I have a daughter. 17.
Age?
17.
All right. This is what the court will do. Probation, are you ready? 4 years deferred adjudication, taking consideration JN 2170834, 2170835, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, TAP evaluation out of custody, follow recommendations. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
All right, you're going to get drug tested today. You understand? There's going to be 60 sober meetings in 60 days, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with the following persons. Jennifer Lynn Stanley, Stanley, Christopher Martinez, and there's to be a mental health evaluation out of custody, 100 hours of community service restitution, field visits, 1 time per month for 6 months. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Just be able to work.
Oh, you'll be able to work.
I'm on the.
All right, but here's the thing, while you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record in this court. In order to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel that you're about to drink or you're about to backslide, call probation, let them know. They're going to give you help. If you feel that they're not addressing your issues, you can always come back to court. All right, good luck to you. Just remain in the court until you receive the documents, and counsel, if you'll make sure that they've done the dismissals for the JN numbers.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, you too. All right, Mia Ray Herrera. All right, who's on the bond on this case?
Do we not recall who the bond company was, Judge? Do you recall?
All right, y'all are asking to reinstate the bond?
Actually, we're actually asking to set the bond, Judge. But state has agreed to reinstate it. However, at this point, we're just wanting her to get a bond so she can bond out.
You can't, I can't reinstate the bond unless the bondsman is in agreement to reinstating her bond.
That's fine, Judge. I think they meant to reinstate the same amount that she was previously,
And what was the previous bond amount?
5,000, Judge.
All right, so it shows that she was late for court.
That's correct.
Court is calling 2025 CR 003690 State versus Mia Herrera. Can I have the parties announced for the record?
Andrew Harrison, State.
Leo Gonzalez from Mia Herrera.
And are you Ms. Herrera?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Mia Herrera.
All right, why were you late for court?
I had just found out that morning that I had court.
All right, and what are you asking the bond to be reinstated at, defense?
5,000, Judge, which is the original amount she made.
State, are you in agreement to the $5,000 bond?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court will reinstate your bond at $5,000. Counsel, have you received all discovery in this case?
I know we haven't, Your Honor. We were just hired a couple days ago. So we're working on getting that taken care of.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this case for June 9th. State on June 9th, you'll need to tender an offer. And then there will be a plea deadline date set immediately thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor, that is all.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, make sure she has a reset form.
Yes, ma'am.
Court is calling 2023 CR 6703 State versus David Johnson. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Andrew Harrison, State.
Tony Adonis might have Mr. Johnson.
And are you Mr. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same David Wayne Johnson who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 6703 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 to 4 grams on November 21st, 2024 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
On or about the 21st day of March 2025 in Madera County, Texas, the defendant, David Wayne Johnson, committed the offense of criminal trespass in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
So Your Honor.
State waives the remaining violation allegations.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Judge, a jail sanction with credit for time served, deny the motion, the jail sanction with credit for time served. Alternate ends to include the cognitive behavioral therapy course, and the state will take into consideration and dismiss file number 2025 F108773.
That is agreement.
All right, you're gonna raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, why are you not doing well on, you can lower your hand. All right, state your name for the record.
David Wayne Johnson.
All right, why are you not doing well on probation?
I got kicked out of my apartment, Your Honor, and I was trying to get in the middle of getting another apartment when all of this happened. And they arrested me, took me to jail. That's why I was in custody and I was supposed to report. But I was in custody and I couldn't report that day.
What had happened, Judge, is that the apartment complex where he and his wife were living had filed an eviction, and they were evicted the same day that he was arrested. What happened is that they were put outside the apartment. It was very hot. They were there till the evening. His wife was getting sick and she was overheating, and they felt the only thing they could do was go back into the apartment to try to cool her down. As soon as they did that, they arrested both of them. and charged him with criminal trespass. And he's been in jail since that day. His wife is also pending charges for the same criminal trespass.
All right, the court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include proof of employment. Are you on SSI or are you employed?
I'm employed.
All right, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider with minors. Taking consideration 2025 PF 10873. Probation, is any further recommendations from probation?
None other than that cognitive behavior approach, Judge, but
Does he?
I don't think that that's really necessary.
All right. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, court is calling 2025 CR 002-719 State versus Rosado. Matei, can I have parties announced?
Andrew Harris, State.
Brian Kimbrough from Mr. McKay.
Are you Mr. Matei?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with evading arrest detention with a vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. State is silent on your application. They're taking in consideration 2025 CR 003472, 2025 PF 11391. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
That is your.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt. Counsel, we can set this for a PSI. It's going to be about 8 weeks, or if you want, I can call it back sooner and you can present whatever evidence you would want to have presented.
I'd like to get a PSI.
All right, I need a date for PSI.
June 10th.
All right, June 10th.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Court is calling 2022 CR 7676 State versus John Dylan Arredondo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Roberto and Briceno.
Are you Mr. Arredondo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same John Dylan Arredondo who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 7676 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, on September 22nd, 2022, for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
In Bear County, Texas, the defendant, John Dylan Arredondo, and then in there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January 2025, February 2025, in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State waives the remaining violation allegation.
Objection.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4? Court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, adjudicate guilt, revoke supervision, excess punishment at confinement in the state jail facility for 180 days.
Is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor. I believe he has that amount of time served.
All right, so what has he done since he's been on probation? Has he done anything?
He has spent much of his time on probation on parole and some of it in custody. So I think that did present a problem for him getting a lot of it done.
Grams, just tell me, do that of drug addiction. And also.
All right, probation, has he done anything?
Judge, it appears that he completed state ISF 122 days. And completed his top evaluation. That's about it, Judge.
All right, the court is going to grant the motion, find you guilty or revoke, sentence you to 365 days in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served and credit for any inpatient treatment. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates in the to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on deferred adjudication. Do you understand? All right, because you've been found guilty, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your
All right, good luck to you. You're gonna have to do better. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because you- All right, court is calling 2025 CR 0039914, State versus Hunter Edwards. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Andrew Harris, Tatum.
Phyllis Bill for the defense.
And are you Mr. Edwards?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that if you have a plea, I'm sorry, did you understand that you're charged with fraudulent possession or use of credit or debit cards less than 5? That's a state jail felony.
Yes,
Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 6 months in the state jail facility. There's a $1,000 fine, no applications. The state will take in consideration 2025 CR 003515, 2024 AL 007526. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes.
State?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
And an exhibit does not have.
No objections. Did you state you may be excused? After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Court will sentence you to 6 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,000 fine. Taking consideration 2025 CR 003515, 2024 AL 007526. There's to be no contact with Tory, Tory, Cornelius House. And there's to be restitution, if any, to the complainants. All right, good luck to you. Don't build your happiness off other people's misery. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Norma? We're taking our break.